So cut the cable and stop spending money at the movies when you can truly have it all at your fingertips. No commercials, just all the entertainment you desire. 123 Ready TV is available for Windows and all Android devices. Get your 123 Ready TV for just $19.99 at ForThePeopleShow.com. That's ForThePeopleShow.com. Just click on the store page to get yours now and start enjoying entertainment the way it was supposed to be. Fun. All right, real quick before we got to sign off the air, President Donald Trump said that his tour of nations in Asia has sent a message that the rules have changed for the U.S. on trade policies. His comments came in tweets posted early today, and he said things have changed, and for the better. After my tour of Asia, all countries dealing with us on trade know that the rules have changed. The United States has to be treated fairly and in a reciprocal fashion. The massive trade deficits must go down quickly. Another tweet just arrived in the Philippines for my final stop with world leaders will lead to fair trade deals, unlike the horror shows from past administrations. Will then be leaving for D.C., made many good friends. Folks, underreported. Sadly, hear about this mother accused of burning her son's hand on the hot stove. Well, that's what she did. She scorched his little hand because he was being a bad boy. Miriam Roberto, a 29-year-old Colombia native, was arrested for aggravated child abuse. She was said that she did it to discipline the rebellious child after a school employee informed her that her son had hit other children, according to WPLG. Says, my son is so rebellious that he got to the point to kill an animal. What am I supposed to do, stay at home without doing anything for my son? She said in Spanish. She allegedly put the boy's hand on a stove as a punishment to help prevent him from growing up to be a felon or someone who would commit violence against women. Miami-Dade County Judge Irina Farjo Orson said that such punishment is not appropriate parenting. Maybe in Colombia it's okay to take the child to put their burning hand on a stove, but not the United States. It's not for you to do here. You have the cutest son. I met him this morning, the judge added. He is very sad that he has to go into foster care. Ricardo said that she could not take it anymore and had to use a more extreme form of punishment to teach the child a lesson. Unfortunately, that is considered child abuse. I knew somebody when I was a kid that had that done because they were playing with matches and was put in a boiling pot of water. And she was babysitting for her friend, from what I understand, and there was flesh that came off, and she lied about the discipline and said that the child had actually done it himself with matches. But clearly, with the amount of burns that were sustained, had nothing to do with matches. There was no mess. There was no fire. There was no remnants of that taking place that could be pointed out. It happened in some boiling water. Anyways, didn't believe the child. And the child, of course, had to be rushed to the hospital with third-degree burns and bandages and just a whole mess. But people have done this before. But, man, it's such a drastic way. What happened to good old belt buckle punishment? Okay, or take the belt buckle or take just the leather belt itself and just good crack it on the behind. I mean, that did it for me, and it did it for my brothers and sisters. I'm from a family of 5, and man, you know, when Dad took that belt off, you knew he meant business, but he instilled something in you. When he said no, he meant no. And when your mom said no, she meant it, because my dad was the disciplinarian. My mother really, I don't think, really enjoyed doing it. But my dad traveled a lot, so she had to take things in her own hands. But my dad would take that belt, and he would snap that belt, and man, it hurt. But it made you think, maybe I don't do that. If they told me not to do this, and that was the whole point of it, that they would actually make good on it. But now, dare if you take your belt and you crack you even use the back of your hand, they're calling DCFS on you. They're calling the state on you, removing your kids from the home. I'm not talking about child abuse. There's a big difference. There should be no place for child abuse anywhere in our country. Shouldn't be in any country, but in our country for sure. But we need more parents. I'm telling you, parents are scared. They won't even do it anymore. And the kids are spoiled, and then they have this sense of entitlement, and then the real world comes along, and they have no idea how to deal with it, and then they have kids of their own, and oh my God. Seemingly, though, some parents, despite all of that, end up being terrific parents themselves, and the kids do listen to them. So I guess there's just parenting styles, but largely speaking, what happened to the good old days? You know what I'm saying? Crack that whip. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us in our second hour here at For the People. Remember, we're listener-supported. Your donations will help us grow across America. We can use your help more than ever. Keith Allen, For the People, saying all the best. May God bless. Visit our website at forthepeopleshow.com.